Hello, online crew. I hope you're doing awesome today. Today is a topic about you and what are two things that you can do to become the version of you that you desire to become. So how many of you sometimes think, I want to be that person? Or you look up to somebody and you go, I want to be like them. Like, this is the person that I want to become. This is the confidence that I want to have. This is the success that I want when you look at other people. So you probably know what you want and what you want to become, but you've probably got a lot of self-doubt and things that hold you back. Okay, there's two things that I want to talk to you about today, and this is really important. There's some things that you can do to help you become the person that you want to be, and this is the stuff that not enough people listen to because it's not sexy. It's not the latest social media thing. So they look at the heading and they don't listen to this kind of stuff. This is the stuff that you need to listen to first before you go and learn all the social media stuff, because it's you, it's your head, it's your brain, it's the way you think that makes you successful. It's not the latest reel strategy. It's not the latest TikTok strategy or any of that. Okay, so this is really important. And why am I talking about this today? Is because I normally talk about something to do with personal growth and personal development at the beginning of the week. But at the beginning of the week, I launched a free Attract Prospects with Bootcamp. Attract Prospects with Freebies Bootcamp a couple of days ago. So I'm just switching things up a little bit this week. But this is the video that I would normally do at the beginning of the week. Okay, just a reminder on that. The link is above. Have you registered for a free 4-day Attract Prospects with Freebies Bootcamp for next week? If you're watching with me live, say yes. I just remembered I forgot to send out the email and I forgot to do that. I'm just, I'm all over the place today and I'm not in my usual setting. And the reason for that is we've got tradies in the house today. So I kind of had to shift where I sat today just to be uninterrupted. And for those of you in my coaching community, I just did an amazing training for almost an hour and a half on an extra 10 advanced reels strategies. So last week I did 1 to 10 and today I did 11 to 20 plus a bonus one. Okay, so if you're in the coaching community, you absolutely want to catch the replay of that training that I did just before, because there's some really, really cool reels strategies in there that'll help you stand out from the crowd. So make sure you catch that. But that's the reason why I'm sort of sitting here, is because we've got some tradies in the house and I'm literally sitting at my kitchen bench. So hopefully it's not too echoey and you can hear me fine, and we can get through this live today. So how you doing? You having a good day? Let me know where you're tuning in from. If we haven't met before, my name is Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. It's just all a little bit of fun for our amazing online crew community here of home-based business owners, entrepreneurs, network marketers, direct sellers, social sellers, all of the above. And you want to use modern social media strategies to build your business online. Who doesn't want more success online? Online gives us amazing privileges. There's billions of people online. There's enough for every single one of us to be successful in this space. But there's a couple of things that you need to do. One, learn online marketing skills, which, when a lot of people go into this industry, they learn about networking, but they don't learn about marketing. And you need to have both. And the other thing is for you to be the best version of yourself. And I know there's some of you that are probably overwhelmed. You probably get stuck at various times and you wonder if you're ever going to have the success that you're looking for. You probably get jealous of other people that are having success around you and wondering why that's not happening for you. And that's because you're not the person that's worthy of that yet. You need to step into, that type of person. So I want to talk today about how you become the person that you want to become, because this is the stuff that helps you get to where you want to go. And even myself, like, I got told off by a couple of my own team members in my network marketing team today because of some thoughts that I've had. I'm not sure if any of you caught it on my personal profile yesterday, but I kind of announced, I've known for a few weeks, but I announced that I've been asked to speak at one of the biggest digital marketer in-person events. Like, people are starting to go back to in-person events in Vegas in July. And the people that I'm sharing the stage with is huge. Like, how many of you have heard of Ray Higdon? How many of you have heard of John and Nadia Milton? How many of you have heard of, Marina Simone and other really big profile, very successful network marketers in this industry? And I'm sharing the stage with them. I've been asked to speak at the same event that they're all speaking at. And I'm like, who am I to be doing, be on a stage with these people? And there's a few things that I've done. This is, relevant to the discussion that we're having today. There's a few things that I've done that have helped me get those opportunities. And I want to share that with you today, because I really want you to listen to what I'm saying to you, so you can get those opportunities for yourself in the future by how you handle yourself today. Okay, it's really important. And I was kind of saying, I don't kind of feel worthy of that kind of company. Like, I feel worthy of being asked to speak, but in that company, like, they make millions and millions of dollars, and I'm going to be sharing the stage with them. Like, that's daunting. But anyway, my point is, how have I got to that point of being asked? Or how is it that I've been given that opportunity? Like, what have I done to sort of, without millions and millions of dollars from this industry yet, how do you get those kind of opportunities? How do you become the person that you really, really want to be? And I know in some of your heads, you know who you want to be, and you're not there yet, are you? Like, honestly, you're not there yet with whatever it is that you want to achieve in success, in your company, in rank, in income. I know there's so many of you that you know where you want to be, but you're not there yet. So how do you get there? Okay. Please take note of this. There's two things, main things. There's lots of things that you need to do. You need to grow. You need to do all sorts of things. But there's two main things that I would really recommend that you really take notice of. Okay. One of those, which is what I've done over the last few years, is get more visible. Now, that may not mean what you think I mean. And what I mean by that, like, think of it like a traditional employment, okay? How do you be more, just think of that, because you might be able to relate to that a little bit better. Think about that and what you need to do to get the attention of a boss. What are some of the things that you would kind of do? You would, if you were in a meeting, would you not like deliberately put your hand up and contribute, like to get noticed? Would you not, offer a suggestion or plan something out and take it to your employer and say, these were some thoughts that I had. What do you think? Like, how do you stand out and become and grow and get the promotions in a traditional job? You do those kind of things. Fair to say? Would you agree with that? So now let's look at the online world. How do you translate that, and how do you become the person that you want to be online? You've got to be more visible. Now, what I mean by that is not only visible on, different platforms and showing up and going live and doing reels and posting. Yes, that's visibility. But who are you showing up in front of as well? What communities are you in being helpful? What communities are you in learning and contributing? How visible are you to people in the online world? Anybody know who you are in communities that you mingle with? So one of the reasons that I've been asked to speak on stage in Vegas is because I was a student in a program and I was very visible. I live in Australia. I traveled to America 9 times in 3 years. Does that make me a little bit visible? No, and I didn't do any of that deliberately. I was hungry to learn. But it puts me on people's radar, right? This is somebody that's serious about learning about the online world. And then I would contribute in those communities and offer support and, answer questions and things like that. How many of you are in online communities making yourself known to other people? How many of you listening to this video and you never, ever, ever, ever comment, and I don't have a clue who you are? Don't be that person. Jump on my videos and contribute and talk and say hello and summarize what I'm saying and be helpful and get visible online, not only with what you're doing in your own social media, personal profile, business page, Instagram, whatever, like that kind of visibility. That's a no-brainer. You have to be visible if you're going to get any kind of traction online. But how visible, like who are you connecting with? Who are you learning from? Who are you getting in front of? Who are you being helpful to? How many groups are you in? Contributing. Make yourself visible to people that you admire. And they create conversations. And that creates opportunities. And one day you might find yourself being asked to speak on a stage somewhere because they know who you are and they know how helpful you are. And they've asked you, you know, how's things going in your business? I'd love to, you know, whatever. And it builds relationships. Does this make sense? So being visible in the online world is very, very important for you to become the person that you want to be, because you always need to be scared. You always need to be doing things that are scary. I am shit scared to speak on that stage in Vegas in July with people that I've always admired and earn millions of dollars. Like, do you not think that makes me nervous? And I'll get through it and I'll be awesome. I know I'll prepare and it'll be a great presentation and I'll be fine. But for me to become the person I want to be and to be put in those situations to get asked to speak on stage and grow into the person I know I can be, which is more than the person that I am today, you don't get those opportunities unless you're visible. You don't get those opportunities unless you stand out from the crowd. You don't get those opportunities unless you're getting results. Do you see where I'm coming from? So put yourself in a position online where you're standing out from the crowd and you're stepping into, you know, being more visible in different communities and things like that, and get the attention of the people that you admire. Have conversations with them, reach out to them. The reason that Laurie Endress and Beth Frederick, I'm not sure if they're on live or not, are in my online crew concierge team because they were visible to me. They're very helpful to me. They've done a lot in my communities. They're always on live, commenting, being helpful to me. You know, sending messages, is there anything I can help you with? You know, you're really busy at the moment. Just voluntarily making themselves visible to me. And that has stood out from everybody else in my communities. And I've given them opportunities in the online world, which then lifts their profile and lifts their skills. And then they become better leaders because they made themselves visible to me. If you just sit in the background, you're missing opportunities. But if you really want to become the person that you want to become, you've got to have great mentors behind you that give you opportunities. Am I making sense? So number one, for you to become the person that you want to become, you have to be visible to the people that you want to be visible to. That's number one. Number two is backed by research. It's something called, let me get it right, behavioral, get that? Behavioral action therapy, BAT. Do you have any idea what that means? BAT, behavioral activation therapy, basically means step into the person that you want to become, act like that person before you're even there. I will get on stage in July in Vegas and I will be as confident as, you know, somebody like Ray Higdon, who's earned millions of dollars, and we're sharing the stage together. I will act like Ray. Does that make sense? That kind of sounds a little bit weird. But I will step into that leader. I will step into that speaker. I will step into somebody that gives amazing value to that audience at that event, because, you know, that's me stepping into somebody who could be $1 million earner, but I'm not there yet. But I step into that person and show those qualities and act as that person even before I'm there yet. How many of you are doing that? Because I know there's a lot of you that are sitting back and waiting for it to happen, and you are wasting your days and your weeks. So step into the person that you want to become and show up like the person that you want to become before you're the person. This is what most people do. I need to believe in myself more before I can have a successful business, so I'm going to work on my belief. Of course you need to do that. But how do you get the belief? How do you get the belief? You prove it. You take the necessary action to then prove to yourself, I can do this. You know how this goes. How many of you have done something scary and it's worked? And then you've like, oh, I feel more confident now. Or I can do this because I did something that was really scary and it worked and now I can do it again. You get confidence and you get belief from taking the action first, not the other way around. Some of you are waiting for the belief before you go and do what you need to go and do to get the results that you want. Doesn't work that way. Yes, you need to work on your belief generally every day, but you need to take the actions that are going to help build your belief, and that's the scary stuff that most people don't do. Am I making sense? So to summarize, what I'm sharing with you is, one, if you want to step into the person you really want to be, you want to earn a lot more money than you're earning now, you want to rank advance and do well in your business and support your family and get all the things that you want, you need to be more visible, not only generally online in showing up and doing reels and lives and stories and all the rest of it. That's just the basic visibility. It's who are you getting in front of? Who are you helping? What communities are you involved with? How are you showing up in the comments? Are you even showing your name in the comments? Do I even know who you are? Or are you one of those people that sits in silence? Like, get visible to people that you want to be visible to and do the work. And if you're in mentorship communities or a student of some sort, do the work, show up. Don't miss calls. Don't not do the work. Don't make excuses. Like, actually be more visible and do the do. Because it's doing the do and doing the action that's actually going to build the confidence and the belief that then you can step into the person that you truly want to be. But the action comes first, not necessarily the belief. Okay? This makes sense? I get a little bit passionate about this because there are people around me, even in my own programs, that are not giving themselves the best opportunity to be the person that they really want to be. They say they really want to be the person that they want to be, but their actions don't match that at all. Okay, so that's up to you. So here's some things that I recommend you do. Work out the kind of person that you want to be and start acting like that person now. Successful people are not lazy. Successful people don't make excuses. Successful people don't not do the work for too long. You all might have things that go on and life throws you a little bit of a curveball. That's fine. You just don't it's not all or nothing. It's like, okay, how do I manage this curveball? What are my minimum non-negotiables? I've still got to make sure I'm doing this and this while I'm dealing with that. Okay, it's not all or nothing. It's like, how do I manage with this obstacle? Okay, so work out the person that you know you want to be and start acting like that person before you're even there, and be more visible to the people around you, to your mentors, to the people that you're working with, any kind of programs that you're in that you're a student of. Like, be more visible, because that's where you get opportunities. That's where you get asked to speak on stage. That's where people will be willing to help you. I know as a mentor myself, if I can see people trying and they're doing their best and they're showing up to calls and we're having great conversations and they're asking my advice, I'm more than happy to help them. I'm very resistant to helping people that don't do the work. And then it's woe is me, or this I'm dealing with this, or I'm dealing with that. And that's the end of the conversation. It's not, well, I've got this on at the moment. This has to be a priority. I've got to, I've got to get my health back on track. But this is what my non-negotiables are. And, this is what I'm planning for next week. I'm feeling a little bit better or whatever. Like, it's up to you. Mentors can't make you successful. Programs that you enter, they don't make you successful. You make yourself successful. So work out how you want to show up. And I'll share something I've shared with you guys before, but I shared with my VIP community earlier in the week as well, is how you do anything is how you do everything. So how are you doing things at the moment? How are you showing up in the moment? What action are you taking or not? How you do anything is how you do everything. So work out what kind of person it is that you want to be, and try a little bit harder, and step into that person that you can be, but you're not there yet. Start doing the actions of somebody who is successful. And another tip for you is start with your morning routine. What are you doing in your morning to set yourself up for success? This morning I got up really early and I exercised for 45 minutes before I started anything. Because I'm like, I'm just coming out of a cold and things like that. And it's just like, no, I got to feel healthier. I got to get better. I can breathe again now, so I can go and exercise. And it feels great to start your day that way. And, I was thinking this morning, like, I've got to get back into, some affirmations and some writing in the morning and things like that. Like, set yourself up for success in the morning so, you feel great and energized and you can actually achieve more. Okay? Any thoughts about what I'm saying? Do we agree? Do we know we can do better? Do you think I'm full of whatever? I want to check in on some of your comments here. I know it is an amazing opportunity for me, and I'm so excited. And it's a big deal, especially with what's going on around the world at the moment, to travel from Australia to Vegas. Like, I'm nervous. Paul's coming with me. So what if we get stuck? Which has just happened to a girlfriend of mine in our network marketing team. There was a conference that she went to in Cabo. She got COVID while she was over there and she couldn't fly home to Australia. And she got stuck for another week. And thankfully, we've got such an amazing network marketing company that one of the corporate staff stayed with her. So she wasn't in Cabo by herself for a week, like an Aussie girl in Cabo, like working out whether she can get home. So they deliberately allowed one of the corporate staff to stay back with her to make sure she had food and whatever and completely looked after. But that makes me nervous. And, we've got teenage kids and, all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's very exciting, Faye. But it's also nerve-wracking, not only for the speaking on stage bit alongside people like Ray Higdon and John and Melton and all the rest of them. It's the whole travel. I'm not sure who this is, but thank you. Yes, of course, you deserve to be on that stage with them. You are full of knowledge. Thank you. And sometimes I think we underestimate ourselves, potentially. But whoever that was, thank you very much for that. Makes sense. It's a good sign when you're nervous. It shows how passionate you are about this. Correct. I'd love to know who that is. BAT, yes, behavioral action therapy, which is just a really fancy way of saying, and backed by research, you can become the person that you want to become if you act like the person that you want to become before you're even there. You have the habits and the traits and, the daily activities and action of somebody who is really successful, even if you're not there yet. Okay. I would love to be stuck in Vegas. Well, there is that. I just worry about the kids, leaving the kids. Oh, that's good, Dan. I do my 10 happy and grateful every morning. Awesome, Dan. So they're the kind of things that, to set people up for success, doing those kind of things. Understandable because of the boys. Oh, it's Laurie. You've dropped off, Laurie. So you must be watching from the group. So you just need to click the StreamYard link again from the group. I just don't understand why I keep myself stuck. Lily, you're not alone. There is a lot of people that keep themselves stuck. But what you want to do with that is recognize it. So you've recognized it, that you're stuck. But it takes a lot of effort to actually sit down and plan how to get unstuck. It's just really sitting down and thinking, okay, I am stuck. And recognizing that you can't change anything you don't recognize. And believe me, there's lots of people that I've mentored that'll stay stuck because they don't even recognize they're stuck. So well done for even knowing that you keep yourself stuck. but it's deliberately doing the things that you don't really want to do, that you have to push yourself to do. It's like, you know, if any of you want to lose weight or have lost weight in the past, you know, controlling your food and exercising, even when you don't feel like it, you have to do those things to lose weight. It's no different in your business. There are things that you have to do and discipline yourself to do, even if you don't want to do them, because I've talked about this so much before. The way your brain is designed is to keep you safe. So, you know, the things that are really beneficial for you are really hard. And what your brain does is, oh, that's hard and that's uncomfortable. So don't worry about it. You can start the diet tomorrow, or don't worry about it. And you'll start avoiding what you need to do and distracting yourself with other things like life. And you'll go and do washing and shopping and get distracted with kids and actually go and avoid what you need to do because it's uncomfortable to go and do the things that you know you need to do, like all of that kind of stuff. So it's really pushing yourself, Lily, to understand what it is that you need to do differently. So pivoting really quickly, and having that conversation with yourself, working out what are some of the actions that you need to go and take, and actually pushing yourself to start doing them. And then you might surprise yourself. And once you take the actions that build the belief that get the result, then it just all grows from there. But it's getting really uncomfortable to grow. Laurie, I'm not there yet, but I'm acting a lot more like a person I want to be than I was even 6 months ago. And I would have to agree with that as well, Laurie. So well done for that. Yeah, so yeah, it's Laurie that's dropped off. So try clicking the StreamYard. People drop off, Laurie. Don't take it personally. People do drop off StreamYard, but I'm glad you identified sort of who it was. So I'm going to leave it there. I've talked long enough, but this is important stuff to really sort of think about. How do you step in and be the person that you want to be before you're even there? And how do you get more visible and helpful and contribute online and comment on lives of people that you admire and mentors of yours so you get noticed? You need to be more visible online, like you would be, you know, if you want to get a promotion at work, you would do things that make you more visible to your boss. So think about that in the online world. What can you do to show up more, not only to be visible to your audience, but to be visible to the people that you look up to and that are your mentors and things like that, okay? Because that's what I've done, and you get noticed, and therefore when you get noticed, you get opportunities. Like Beth and Laurie in this community here. They've gone out of their way to be helpful to me, and I've given them opportunities, okay? So make yourself more visible to people that are important to you. Okay. Now, what was I going to say? Oh, tomorrow I've got a really cool topic for you guys regarding how to skyrocket your organic reach, particularly on Instagram, but it might work on Facebook as well. So make sure you join me live tomorrow. And coaching community members, make sure you catch the replay of the advanced reels training that I did just not long ago. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you guys live tomorrow. Bye.